Hi everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Erica. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about emergency phrases. So what we're going to do is talk about some phrases that you can use when you are in trouble. So we have some general emergency phrases, we have some police emergency situation, fire emergency situations, and medical emergencies. So we're going to cover all of that in today's video. So what I'm going to do is just give you some phrases and you can just repeat them after me while looking at what they mean, right? So I'm going to put some pictures up and we'll talk about them as we go. So the first one is very basic. It's just help or I need help. So this can be used for any situation when you need someone else to come to your rescue or help you, okay? So help or I need help. The next one is call an ambulance, call an ambulance. That's when you need someone to call 911, call to get police or an ambulance there to help either you or someone that you're with, okay? The next one is call the police. Maybe something has been stolen. Call the police, call the police. And you want them to come and help you in some way. Maybe you've gotten into a car accident and you want to exchange insurance information, okay? Call the police. You can say something like, it's an emergency, it's an emergency. That shows the other people around you that you need them right now, okay? You can ask, is there a hospital nearby? Is there a hospital nearby? If you're looking to go, maybe you're feeling sick or you hurt yourself, you can ask, is there a hospital nearby? And you can just ask very generally, can you help me please? Can you help me please? This is more direct, one-on-one. If you see someone walking by the street, get their attention. Can you help me please? This is important in an emergency because lots of times people will not help unless they're actually called out by like, you, can you help me? Okay. All right, medical emergencies. Let's talk about those. If you have a medical emergency, it can be something visible like an accident or something internal, right? So the first phrase I'll teach you is, I'm hurt, I'm hurt. Okay, so that means something happened. Maybe something cut you, maybe you're stuck somewhere. Okay, I'm hurt. That's very general. I'm bleeding, I'm bleeding. This is if you are cut and there's blood coming from some part of your body. I'm bleeding. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Okay, that's if you're trying to breathe and you can't breathe for some reason. Maybe you're having a heart attack or something serious like that. Another important phrase is, I'm having an allergic reaction. I'm having an allergic reaction. A lot of people are allergic to a lot of things. Peanut butter, bees, a million different things you could be allergic to. So if you are having a reaction and it's making you so you maybe can't swallow or you can't breathe, you can say, I'm having an allergic reaction, okay? I need a doctor. I need a doctor. So maybe you know you're having, something's going on, you're having maybe a heart attack or a stroke. I need a doctor. Please help me, okay? If someone that you're with or you come across someone and they are unconscious, they're laying there, they have a pulse, but they're unconscious, sorry. You can say something like, he's unconscious, call 911. If someone is addicted to drugs and they're taking drugs and they take too many, that's called an overdose. If you come across someone and you know that they have overdosed, you should let them know, the emergency people. Just say, it's an overdose, it's an overdose. Or maybe someone that you're with stopped breathing. You can say, they need CPR, CPR, okay? That tells everyone around, if anyone knows CPR or is a nurse or a doctor, they need CPR, okay? All right, the next set of emergencies have to do with fire. You can just use the very basic emergency phrase of fire, fire, right? So you are alerting people that there is a fire somewhere and they need to get away and they need to call for help, right? 911 in the United States is the general phone number to call when you need help of any kind, 911. You can also say call the fire department. It's really easier just to call 911, but you can say call the fire department or call 911. You can ask, is there a fire extinguisher? Is there a fire extinguisher? Okay, and maybe you can, if you know how to use one, you can spray the fire if it's small enough, right? If it's a big fire, you and whoever you're with just get away from the fire. If you're in a building and there's a fire and you don't know how to get out, you can ask, where is the nearest exit? Where is the nearest exit? And finally, if you're in the building and other people don't know that there's a fire or an emergency, you can tell them, get out, there's a fire. Okay, so those are some general emergency phrases, some medical emergency phrases, and some fire emergency phrases. Okay, let's go on to natural disasters. Natural disasters. Those are things that happen out in nature. Okay, depending on where you live, there'll be different natural disasters that might help or might happen that you might need help for. One of them is an earthquake. You can say, there's been an earthquake. That's when the ground shakes, right? There's been an earthquake. Okay, you can say, we need to evacuate. We need to evacuate. Or we need to take cover. We need to take cover. Okay, evacuate is leaving. Taking cover is going somewhere where there are no windows, right? So this would be a bad place for me to be if there were, for example, a tornado, because I don't want to be next to a window. There might also be a flood where lots of water comes. You can say, don't go that way. The road is flooded. The road is flooded. Or you might ask, if you're inside and there was an alert on the TV, you might ask, is it safe to go outside? Is it safe to go outside? And let's see, how about some crime, some police emergencies? So if there is a threat to you or wherever you are working or living, those are crime threats or safety threats, and you would want the police for those. So you could say something like, I'm being attacked. I'm being attacked. So let's say you call 911 and they say, 911, what's your emergency? You can say, I'm being attacked. That's when someone is coming toward you, threatening you in some way. You can say, someone just stole my car. Someone just stole my purse. Someone just stole my cell phone. Okay, you tell 911, the operator, whatever happened, right? And they'll ask for your address, like, where are you located? You'll have to say, I am near the mall. I am on 6th Street. Okay, wherever you are, you can tell the 911 operator. You can say, I've been robbed. I've been robbed. That's the same as someone stole my purse. Someone stole my bicycle. Okay. Or maybe you see someone who is in the distance, but maybe they're carrying a gun or a knife. You can also call 911 and say there's a suspicious person. They are wearing a black shirt and jeans and they are carrying a gun. Right? So that's important to report things like that when there's suspicious people. If someone is trying to take something from you or threatening you with a knife or a gun, you can say, please don't hurt me. You can have my money, take my money, right? Because you are the most important thing. You can always make more money, right? Some other basic phrases that you might want to teach your children. If you're out in public at a busy place, you might want to teach your children just to say, help me, or help me find my parents. Okay, make sure you teach them your full name, your first and last name. You can teach your children how to say, I'm lost, I'm lost, right? And if they are trapped somewhere, maybe I'm stuck, I'm stuck. So maybe they're in a bathroom and they can't get the door open, right? And you're not there for some reason. Teach them how to yell, I'm stuck, right? I can't get out. Okay, so I think those are all the phrases that I can think of to teach you all about emergency phrases and fire and police and safety. So I'm sure that there's more that you can think of. If you know one that you want to add on, feel free to add it in the comment section. But I hope this has been helpful. I know it's important to know these phrases when you come to a new country, especially when you don't speak the language, because these situations really require urgency. You have to respond really quickly. So hopefully this was helpful. And if you have any other questions, feel free to put them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. Have a good day.